Hey guys, welcome to another session of Tech Tuesday. Today what I am going to show you is how to create a student project or assignment that you can scaffold for students through Google Slides. And the way that we will do this is by using the Edit Master feature to build a template that students can semi-edit but are not able to delete the entire thing. So basically what I'm going to show you real quick is this would be like what the student would see whenever they pull up the assignment. So I have my instructions here. And the cool thing about this is they cannot edit any of this. And that's because I've used the Edit Master feature to create a layout one of the layouts to create a template where this just shows up in the background. So here's an example. I just made a quick vocabulary, like I guess an intro vocabulary assignment. So this is a history example here. So the vocab word is amendment. There is a text box here, which is actually a placeholder, and I'll show you guys how to do this here in just a minute. So the student can edit the text placeholders that I put there, and then they can also put a picture. But they can't edit anything else, like, for instance, the instructions. So definition, they can't, this graphic organizer that I've created here, they can't delete it, which is great because if you've ever tried to do an assignment or a project like this where you need to give them some sort of template, the students that need this most usually have a hard time with technology and somehow delete really important things. So this is the way around that, to kind of provide more supports for them. And it just helps them create something that's a little bit more visually appealing until they start to build those skills on their own. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is, here's some more templates. Another way that I would set this up. So my instructions here, choose the word that does not belong in the group below. So this is, I guess, more like a group word association. So here are my words, my vocab words here, more instructions, type your answer below. So there's another text placeholder to where they could type their answer here. Now, if the student knows how to use some of these other features up here, they could also draw lines over the ones that do not belong and circle the one that does. But I try to keep it as simple as possible until my students are a little bit more acclimated to using tech in the classroom. Okay, so what I am going to show you guys now is just how to build a template very quickly. So what you would do is you are going to go to Slide, okay, and you're going to go down to Edit Master. All right, so here, this right here just shows what the text will look like if there is any kind of text box, or I'm sorry, any kind of text placeholder that you put here in the master layout. Okay, what we're going to actually edit are these layout slides. So whenever I have a bunch here, because I've created some for this entire presentation, but when you open this, you'll also see a ton, pretty much every variation that Google Slides has to offer. I usually delete the ones that I don't need, and I'll keep a blank one and I usually title it instruction slide, and that's if my instructions are going to be different depending on the slide. What we're going to create right now is a Venn diagram. Okay, so we're going to compare, contrast cats and dogs. So I have created a slide just for this. And I've labeled it practice slide because I'm going to show you guys how a student would then enter this. All right, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to insert some instructions. When we're doing our instructions, we need to make sure we use insert and then text box. Okay, so got my instructions here, and I'm going to make this 40. And I'm going to center my text and hold it, and let's say, okay, orange. All right, so I got some instructions there. Now I'm going to build my Venn diagram. So I'm going to go to Insert and Shape, and I'm going to pick the circle. I'm going to try to make this big enough to where a student could actually type in it. Okay, so now I need to make my Venn diagram transparent. I am going to make my line black, and then I'm going to increase the weight on the line. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Okay. Let me move that up just a little bit. All right, so now I have my Venn diagram created. Now, some kids would be fine just having this. However, I would like to create a little bit more support. So I would then go ahead and I'm just going to write differences here. I'll go ahead and underline it. All right, so I'm going to copy it so I can also put this on the other side. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and make one for similarities as well. All right, and actually I'm going to move this up just a little bit. Okay, so from here, if I said I was done, these students would not have text boxes here. So we're going to go ahead and do that because it helps to just have those already built in for the student. So we're going to use insert placeholder. This is very, very important that you remember that placeholders are text boxes for the student to type in. If you use insert text box up here, that's actually going to become part of the background that the student cannot edit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do subtitle placeholder because I just like that size. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead from here. You can completely format the text. I'm going to make the text on this side red, and then I'm going to go ahead and make another one for the other side. And I'm going to make this purple. And then I'm going to do one more for the middle. And for this middle, since the box is smaller, I am going to go ahead and make the text smaller as well. And I'll make this one, we'll do this one blue. Okay, all right, so now let's go ahead and see if it worked. So what we would do to get out of this screen now, the Edit Master screen, is we just X out of it, okay? And so what a student would then see is if I want them to add that template slide, they're going to go up here to add the slide. And here we go, practice slide 2. And they cannot edit the background or the template, but they can type in these text boxes. Now, sometimes they will accidentally delete the text boxes, and that's a good time to remind them of the undo key or undo feature. And then if it gets so far that they keep hitting backspace, then you can actually take them in and go to the edit history or just have them start over from the slide. But things like that will happen too. And it just takes practice for them to get better at using their Chromebooks and technology, which after a while it will come, I promise. All right, guys, I hope that you get to use this and are successful with it in your classrooms. Thank you. Good luck.